In this video, we are leaving the garage and we are going to my local drift track, Cookeville Hobbies, in order to see just how good is this thing in stock form around a track. So remember, this is the brushed model with the lower end servo, lower end gyro, and the brushed motor in ESC. Now, as I film this, it's still pre-launch, and so I had to beg and borrow for my local hobby store to open up a little bit early. Just don't look at the drift track. Let me in the basement, let me give this thing some laps and see how it does with nobody else looking around, except you get to see how it does. First note is about the power system. So yes, ideally, the censored brushless with turbo and boost would be better, but I was really surprised. Just like I found in the garage, I never lacked for wheel speed running this brushed setup, and because it's brushed, throttle control was really easy to manipulate. Honestly, it was good enough from a motor and an ESC standpoint for anybody to get out there. The struggle then came when we started to talk about the servo and the gyro. So again, lower end D-Box 3, not the Pro model for gyro in this car, plus that lower end servo. And what we found is there's no dampening in either one of them. And we can only run a small amount of gyro before we get into some noticeable wobble. Now the truth is, even with that being the case, all the big sweepers and everything, the car held very smoothly through them. It was really easy to control that way. The only issue that I really came into on track was some of those tight hair pits. It was very easy to over rotate the car, especially on big transitions. Going from one side, transitioning to the other, and maybe over rotating, it was a little easy to do. But what was cool about it is you're able to, just after a couple laps, after a few minutes of learning what the car really needed, could make lap after lap after lap. And that's a really big testament to how good this chassis is when we're using, I'm gonna kind of say it, maybe the subpar electronics in this base model. As I went to the track, which you'll see here, there is literally only two changes that you would have seen from how this car comes directly out of the box. Part one is I had pushed off the factory tires and I put on my track specific tires. Part two is I have narrowed up the battery box. I narrowed it and lowered it down so that I could use an LCG Shorty battery in this. That is it. That is it. I literally haven't even changed gyro settings. I haven't changed anything in the servo, haven't changed anything in the alignment. It is literally otherwise as it comes out of the box. Tire change, battery, that's it. Bottom line for me, after having driven a battery or so here before the track opened, the first is, even though this is the lower end model, I do believe it's probably still the best ready to run RC drift car 10th scale that I've ever tested. I'm really excited to get my hands on either upgrading the servo and gyro into something that we already know and love, like a Futaba setup or something like that, or to get my hands on D-Box 3 Pro plus that upgraded units that HPI offers to just see how good that brushless setup really is. Because the second takeaway is, I think that's all that this is away from quote-unquote greatness. I think next for me is I'm going to try to get my hands on either the HPI specific better gyro motor and ESC so I could test exactly how good those are, or I'm going to end up upgrading these to what we know and then take it back to the track to see just how much performance does that elevate for us. So if you are interested in any of that, please stay tuned. There'll be a HPI Stage D10 playlist popping up over here to your right, and I hope to see you in one of those future videos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.